Hello, hello, welcome back, everybody. So we've got the early production Gelgoog today. This is a Gelgoog. It's a neat one. I like this one. So it's got the Gelgoog beam rifle, like a lot of the Gelgoogs have, and it's got the MMP-80 equipped as a sub weapon, which I particularly enjoy for the very simple matter of my aim ain't that great, and so I often miss my beam rifle shots. The regular Gelgoog, I believe, has grenades instead, which means you kind of have to lean into that rifle a lot more than you do with this one, and so it can be a little bit, tricky if you're not, pretty good with that rifle. The grenades are a little bit harder to land. Grenades are still fantastic. You can do some really cool stuff with them, but they are more tricky to land than the MMP-80, where I just have to, hold the trigger down and hope things hit. You can see number one is getting a little bit isolated back here, so I'm hanging back to try and give him some support so that he can, at the very least, get out of the way once everything starts to kind of filter around, but he's kind of not doing that, actually. He's getting... I don't think he's going to survive much longer, actually. Yeah, he's not going to survive much longer. That's a little bit unfortunate. I tried. There's only so much I can do on my own anyway. He's actually still around. That's pretty awesome. Lending a little bit of support there, getting hit down on the downed enemy there, but I kind of got blindsided by... I'm not sure which one that is, actually. Very happy I managed to get that kill. I really thought he would stand back up before I landed it. Upset that one missed, but, what can you do? He's coming in here. I really thought I got that tackle there, but alas, did not quite get it. We got killed. Called the Alpha High Mobility type. Got it. I almost called it the Gan for a second, because, it's the Gan shield, the beam rapier, so it came around the corner and did its attack, and I went, oh yeah, the Gan got me, and went, wait, no, that is not a Gan, it's got the wrong head. I have not used... I'm pretty sure I have that one. I don't think I've ever used it, though. I really gotta use more of these suits that I just haven't used yet. I'm trying not to overextend here, so that was a really bad shot. But yeah, I was trying to get a firing angle lined up for when things came around that corner without overextending too much, because I was one of two people on the field. Now I'm the only one on the field, and I'm waiting for other people to actually spawn in before hoping I don't get taken out here, and thank goodness we've actually got some other people spawning in now. So now a little bit of that pressure is not as much on me. I can play a little bit more aggressively now. Wow, that could have been really bad, actually, if it took them any longer to get out here on the field. I'm trying to move up while still playing a little bit more conservatively. A lot of the Gelgoogs are good for that sort of mid-range, sort of conservative gameplay, because that beam rifle is really good. That, obviously that's what you're leaning into, but it does its best when charged. It can fire off relatively rapid shots uncharged. Well, relatively rapid shots uncharged, but it's really those charged hits you want to be aiming for, and ideally you don't want to be overheating it like I did, but that did secure a kill, so in the meantime, well, and also it readied up before we actually encountered anything again. That was a pretty bad shot there, sadly. Laying down some fire with the MMP-80, hopefully it'll be enough to finish him. Yeah, it was. That's good. We got the build stun on there, I'm surprised the stun protected our ally the way it did. That makes me really happy. But you can see it's got good range on that rifle too. That's part of why they excel in that sort of mid-range slot, because you've got good range. You've got really good range on that rifle for a general type, and it allows you to sort of play at that sort of well, again, the mid-range position, that mid-range position where you can lay down support fire, get opportunistic hits on like low health targets, stuff like that. Really good for mopping things up, for sure. Mopping up, like, allies do a bunch of damage, enemy pulls back, get a cheeky shot off with the beam rifle. It's pretty good for that as well. But we are decently in the lead now, thankfully. We just gotta kind of hold the front now. Most of us, well, we're all here. Most of us are pretty decent health-wise. I'm going to tank some shots on my shield before getting hit in the side by the other guy. It happens. It happens. I'm not sure what target we're going to pick here. I'm probably going to have to deal with this Galbaldi. Oh, unless I just step back. That works. He kind of backed off. That's a little strange to me. I'm getting a little bit worried, though. Our team is way too spread out. I really should be... Whoa, wow, that hit. Nice. That was a good shot. I really didn't think that would hit. Didn't do a ton of damage, but that was still an impressive hit. I am worried, though, with how much we're spread out at this point. Secured another kill there with the MMP-80. I love using the MMP-80 to finish off low-health targets. It's so good for that. I mean, it's not too dissimilar to Head Vulcans, honestly. I think it does a little bit more damage than your average Head Vulcan, mind you. But that's sort of the way you can use it in a similar oh, you know what? It builds more stun than a Head Vulcan for sure. See, that doesn't seem too dissimilar from the damage. Maybe I should pay attention more to my Head Vulcan damage. I think it kind of ranges from, like, the 90 range to somewhere in the early 100 range, depending on the suit. So, like, higher damage Head Vulcans, I think, do hit that sort of damage range that the MMP-80 is doing. That might just be the specific enemy I'm shooting at, too. He might just have higher ballistics defense. One of those other guys was hitting... I was hitting for over 100 as well. So, you know, it depends. It depends. A lot of factors that go into it, from what gear my opponent is using to what I've got equipped to my suit, stuff like that. But we are back in again. We're going to move right up, try and create a good, like, get into a good firing position so that we can push the enemy back, deal some damage. And we're kind of having a hard time with it. This guy's coming around the side, so we're going to focus on him instead. But yeah, we've got two guys already there. I'm going to hold him down so that hopefully my allies can do good work on him. See, this is a really tricky spot. This is such a tight location. So I'm trying to get into a position where I can actually do stuff without also, like, tripping over all of my allies. They finished him off, so that's good right there. That damage is decent. I am getting a little bit worried, though, because I'm losing allies, but also well, they pulled back again. I got worried with, like, 3 guys here that I would get, like, surrounded and picked off pretty quickly. Ally finished him off. I think he was, like, 1 or 2 rounds away, so that's mildly frustrating. But, you know, the kill was secured, so it was fine. Tried to position that so that the shield would catch it if he decided to aim at me. But I don't think he was aiming at me, so it didn't really matter too much in the end of the day. That was an accidental crouch. Which, to be fair, though, if you can... did catch it on the shield, but unfortunately it broke the shield. That's a little bit, not good. I am not in a good position right now. The rest of my team is right there, thankfully, but I don't think I'm going to survive for too much longer. At this point, it's just a matter of deal as much damage as I can. I'm only, like, 1, maybe 2 hits. Well, maybe more like 2 to 3 hits. It really depends on what I get hit with, but there we go. That finally did it. Not a lot of health left there, unfortunately. I tried to keep up as much as I could, spit as much damage as I could with what I had left, but, you know, it was really a matter of time at that point, once the 2 of them kind of got me. Again, these things do excel more at a mid-range spot, only really moving in when there is, like, an isolated target you can move it in on. But I don't think we did too bad, all things considered. The end score, oh man, the end score was actually pretty close. That's pretty awesome. You know, we did okay damage, we got a good amount of kills, decent score, but we definitely could have done more in the damage department, probably if I, you know, landed more of my shots. That's obviously a big one. I don't know, this thing does feel like it maybe underperforms a little bit in damage side. Maybe I could modify that. It might be worth looking at the equipment I've got on it. But regardless, that will do it for today. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.